Today, let's talk about emotional resilience. This is not something we're born with. This is not something we're taught, but it's definitely a skill that we can develop and build just like muscles in the gym. And today I'm going to talk about an approach to mental fitness that can transform your mental resilience and build these muscles so that you can endure any challenge that comes your way. Because what emotional resilience is, it is the ability to bounce back. Because as I've said before, life is 50-50. There's going to be good times and there's going to be bad times. There's going to be good feelings and there's going to be hard feelings. And that's just how life is. We're humans and we need emotional resilience to be able to manage the harder times, to be able to bounce back from, let's say, a financial setback. But that doesn't come natural to us. Actually, our natural brain is to be negative and to feel negative feelings. That's just how it is. In this fast paced, high stress world, emotional resilience is a must have. It's essential to living a healthy, happy life. Think of it as your mental immune system. So, just like physical fitness protects your body, your bones, your muscles, mental fitness protects your mind from life's inevitable challenges, from the 50-50, so that when you have a setback, you can bounce back. But here's what most people get wrong: they wait until the crises to work on their mental fitness and their mental strength. That is like trying to get in shape the day before a marathon. But today I want to share with you some science backed frameworks that can help you build emotional resilience and bounce back faster. So we can think of mental fitness similar to physical fitness in three ways: strength, flexibility, endurance. Your mental strength is your ability to handle life's challenges. Your mental flexibility is your capacity to adapt and change. And mental endurance is this power to maintain positive mindset over time. And you can strengthen all three of these through specific mental exercises. Call them emotional push ups. Shazar Charmaine, in his work and book called Positive Intelligence, talks about saboteurs. And he identifies 9 saboteurs, which are basically the critical voices in our head. And we predominantly have one or two or three that are the loudest, like the judge, the controller, the victim, the avoider. And those voices put us into what I'll call saboteur mode. The saboteur mode is our brain's default setting. It just is. And what the saboteur mode does, it's when these saboteurs get very loud. These critical voices in our head are just complaining and telling us how bad we are. And that's triggering a fight or flight response in our bodies and creating more and more of these negative thoughts, which drains our energy. It keeps us from taking action, keeps us from planning, keeps us from creative thought. Then the stage mode is our brain's wisdom center. We can generate positive emotions. We can think more clearly. We can be more creative. We can actually problem solve and take action. And the stage mode is where we build emotional resistance. The key isn't eliminating saboteurs, it's strengthening our sage. I want to talk about a tool that Shazard Charmaine talks about, which is called PQ reps, positive intelligent reps. And we say reps because they're like, you're going to do 10 biceps, you're going to do 10 PQ reps. And that is for your mental fitness. These are your mental push ups. I think of them as like mini moments throughout your day of mindfulness. And what this does, it interrupts our saboteur patterns and activates the stage mode. What exactly is a PQ rep? A PQ rep is a 10-second mental exercise where you're shifting your attention from your thoughts to a physical sensation. It's just like hitting a quick reset button during your day. And the reason they're so powerful is because they interrupt your negative thought patterns before they can spiral. They activate your brain's rest and digest response. They strengthen these mental muscles I'm talking about so that you can be resilient and handle stress better. And they build our capacity to be in the present moment of awareness. These are science backed. Research shows that when you focus on a physical sensation for even just 10 seconds, you're literally shifting your brain activity from saboteur regions like the amygdala to your sage regions like the prefrontal cortex. It's like switching from survival mode to wisdom mode. And it's easy. And if you want more ways to do this, you can either get the book Positive Intelligence or you can go on their website, and he has an app that will remind you throughout your day to do these exercises. But let's talk about some of them. So, one sensation you can try is focus on your feet connected to the ground. If, let's say, you're walking, you can just focus on your heel touching, then your toes touching, and feel the weight, the pressure, the temperature, and eventually move that attention through your whole body. You can feel your legs, you can feel your knees, and just take yourself throughout your body, becoming aware of the physical sensation. And if thoughts come up, and they will, you can just go back to focusing on the sensation. You can do this with breathing. You can just focus on the physical sensation of breathing. What does the air feel like flowing through your nose? Notice if your chest or belly is rising or falling. And you do that for 10 seconds, and that will help you just focus on the present, on the physical sensation. And that is what I'm talking about as far as exercises to develop these mental muscles. Again, if you want to know more about these PQ reps, which are basically just mindfulness exercises, go to Positive Intelligence. And you can integrate this throughout your day. Like I mentioned, Shirzad has an app that you can set up reminders, and literally on your my phone it says PQ rep and it reminds you to do them. It can guide you through them. You can also attach these PQ reps to something you already do. So let's say you brush your teeth every morning. You can attach PQ reps to brushing your teeth. You can do 2 reps while you're making coffee. You can do 5 reps while you're driving to work. You can track your reps so you can see, just like you would track how many bicep curls you did and what weight you did, you can track your PQ reps so that you can gradually increase them and get stronger and stronger. And remember, just like physical exercise, consistency is key. You wouldn't expect to get physically fit from one workout. And the same applies to our mental fitness. The magic comes when you make PQ reps a natural part of your day. You will be glad that you're depositing these small amounts into your emotional resilient bank account, because then when you hit challenges, you will have that there and you can rely on them and you will become more resilient. Over time, these deposits add up to a buffer against stress and emotional hijacking. The more you practice, the stronger your mental muscles become and the easier it gets to maintain the sage perspective. The reasons mental fitness, emotional resilience is important is because the main way that people get stuck is they try to change their emotion by changing their circumstance. That doesn't work. The emotion isn't coming from the situation. It's coming from your thoughts about the situation. And I know you don't believe that. I know you think that whatever you're feeling is coming from the situation. Let's say you had a money setback and you feel sad or disappointed. You think you feel sad or disappointed because of the setback, the situation. But in fact, you feel sad and disappointed because of the thoughts that you're thinking. And you can change that. You can choose your thoughts no matter what the situation is. And by changing your thoughts, you can change your emotion. And I know that that's hard to believe, but believe me, that gives all the control for your emotional resilience and your emotional well-being back to you. You do this by deliberately creating the emotions you want to create in your life. So choose an emotion. Let's say it's peace. What are thoughts that support that emotion? Things always end up working out for me. I got this. I always find a way. Those are some of the things that I thought of when I have had financial setbacks. Those thoughts give me peace, give me hope. And it doesn't matter what my situation is. It matters that the thoughts are creating the emotion that I want to create, which is hope. So if you practice these things, they will help you to have those reservoirs of emotional well being, even when the situation is hard. Think of it like acting. You're not waiting to feel confident, disciplined, or excited. You're actively generating these emotions by practicing how you think on purpose. And these PQ reps can help you check in emotionally throughout the day. They can help you calm your physical body and check in with your thoughts. And are these thoughts generating the emotions that you want to be generating in your day? And over time, you're building new neural pathways, which builds your emotional resilience. Because remember, emotional resilience isn't about never feeling negative thoughts. Life is 50-50. There's going to be good thoughts and there's going to be negative thoughts. It's about bouncing back faster and stronger. And through these consistent mental fitness practices, you're not just managing your emotions, you're getting mastery over them. Then every challenge becomes an opportunity for like a mental workout. Each time you shift from saboteur to sage, you're building emotional muscles. Each time you deliberately generate positive emotions, you're strengthening your resilience. If you're wondering if you want more information on how your emotions might be hijacking you, check out the video here. Don't miss the 5 regrets after a money setback, where we explored how to avoid common emotional traps. Both videos are listed in the description below. If you want to shine a light on your current money mindset, put quiz in the comments and I'll send you my free money mindset assessment. You can see where you're at, you can see where you want to go, and you can start bridging that gap between. And remember, you have the power to change your financial future, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way.